Hello, YouTubers, friends, compatriots, bootlicker, shills, dust, lacers, peasants, vassals, minions, meat sacks, international bankers. I'm Useful Idiot. Welcome. And this didn't make many headlines in the news because it's become so commonplace. And in this story, the World Bank has lost track of anywhere from 24 to 48 billion dollars just gone. And a insider, leaker, whistleblower came out and said that, quote, all the figures are routinely made up. Nobody has a clue to who spends what, where, unquote. And I think this is important because it shows something that a lot of observers like myself have noticed about these large transnational organizations like the International Monetary Fund and even the World Health Organization. They're awash in money, and we have all these countries contributing money for what supposedly are good causes. In the case of this money lost by the World Bank, it's from the Climate Change Fund, and only about 4 to 10 billion of that came from the U.S. So this is an international scandal. There's been a lack of traceable spending for the last 7 years. So that's the other thing about all this money that these transnational organizations are given. Um, by the time anybody finds it out, it's been going on for 5, 10, 20 years. And so here we have the World Bank, and and once again, because it includes banker scum from all over the world, it's just a slush fund for them, and it's just like aid that goes to Ukraine or any of these organizations, like I already mentioned, the World Health Organization, International Monetary Fund, and the World Bank. You have these tens and hundreds of billions of dollars being given to them, all these different countries, including the U.S. And there's just this pile of money there, and it's just ripe for corruption. And then the fact that they barely have to account for it. Nobody knows exactly how much money's coming in. They estimate that this number could even be 10 times higher than that. Could be $400 billion. But the fact is, when you're talking about this kind of money, it becomes real money. And once again, in case I need to remind you, this is money that ultimately is taxpayers' money, because this money is given to the government through taxes, your taxes, and then it's given to banks, and then this money is given to these international organizations, and there's just no controls, and there's no accountability. And the fact is, in a case like this, the World Bank loses track of anywhere from 24 to 48 to 400 billion dollars, and nobody's going to be held accountable for it because there isn't stringent record keeping, uh, like this whistleblower pointed out. They don't know really how much money is involved. They have no idea what it's spent on, or how it was spent, or even if it was spent. And the numbers they come up with are routinely made up. And that's what we see in all these transnational organizations, what we see in our own government and governments all over the world. Um, they just make numbers up. We have no way of telling. So that's the way a lot of real serious money like this just disappears into thin air. So somebody somewhere, generally elites, are in for windfall through embezzlement, bad accounting, and cooked books, and getting rich. And once again, this is wealth transfer from us, us taxpayers. So anyway, another scandal, barely in the news. A bunch of criminal elements in the elite class are getting very wealthy off of these monumental slush funds, incorporating tens and hundreds of billions of dollars, and nobody will be held accountable, and nothing will ever happen. And it's not even in the news. But it is here because I am a useful idiot. Don't you be one too?